Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're back with another cooking video, and as you could tell, last time it went incredibly well from these comments that you can see up here, I don't know exactly which direction, but today I'm going to be revealing to you how I modify my cup noodles, or this case bowl noodles, as you'll see later. It's close enough to cup noodles, so anyway, go on to just really do all the YouTuber stuff, and let's get into it, shall we? So these are all the ingredients you need. So you need type of chili sauce. I'm using Sriracha. This, which is basically chili powder, black pepper. Mine is freshly ground. Well, it's not really freshly grounded, but it's grounded, I guess. Then you need sesame oil for the bit of the aroma. This for a bit more flavor. Cheese, I guess, neutralize the spice because it's probably too spicy. The bowl noodles itself, in this case cup noodles, if y'all are cooking it, if you guys like, cup noodles. A knife to chop up these chilies. So these are all you need. Okay, probably shouldn't stab that, but yeah. Right, so let's get into step one of preparation, which I didn't show this, but so it's to boil up some water. So just switch this on. So just fill this up with whatever water level that it says. Then after I just turn it on, just wait for it to boil. Alright, so while it's boiling, get to proceed to chop your chilies. Because, might as well save some time. So these chilies are not exactly going to be added right in the noodles as it's cooking. It's actually more of a garnish. Yes, garnish. Because at home we don't really have many spring onions. Actually, I don't remember the last time I saw spring onion at home. So this is basically a replacement for a spring onion. Yes. Yeah, man, because you don't like spring onion, put something that's similar color, that's a bird's eye chili, which I think is the specific species or whatever. It's a green bird's eye chili. Also feel like I might have gotten too much, so best thing to do is turn it off just before it starts boiling like crazy. So when it's just a bit boiling. Right, so oops, just ignore that happened. So once you got your chilies all nice and chopped up, your water is ready. So just take your bowl noodle, I'm just gonna call it cup noodle from now on for convenience's sake, I guess. Alright, there you go. I didn't zip this apart into a million pieces. So inside here you have additional ingredients for this. If your cup noodles doesn't have that, then that's gonna side. Maybe it's evenly seasoned already. There's also a fork, but we don't care about this. Right, so now that you got your thing opened up, you just take all these flavorings. I usually like to not add the entire thing, like what's given, so I can save some. Okay, for these ones I'll add the entire thing. This and this, I don't exactly know what these two are, but for this seasoning packet I like to save it for other recipes in the future. It's just more convenient, I guess. I just like it more. So anyway, let me just get some scissors really fast. Right, got some scissors. Okay, so time to chop this up. Also, by the way, guys, this recipe might take a bit longer than usual. Actually, way longer than actually just cooking it like normal. Because it says 4 minutes cooking time, but it's probably not as 4 minutes as it gets. So, it's like I need to. Right. So, oh my gosh, this tripod is so hard to use. Okay. So next thing to do is just put the seasoning. I don't know why it looks like this, to be honest. Right. So put the amount of seasoning you like for your noodles, which is this, I guess, like half the packet, because it is a pretty big packet. And I'll just store the rest for future use. Then, so just take everything else and add as instructed, I guess, just the entire pack. Also, I just realized you probably could have done this before, like while the water is boiling. So next time, be smart, guys. Just add it while the water is boiling. Anyway, now that you got this usual stuff out of the way, next thing to do is to add your chili powder. Again, this is up to you guys how much you want, but I like quite a bit of chili powder. So, okay. Oh man, this like the rubber band was stuck. Okay, there you go. Then take your chili powder. This is chicken 65 masala, which is basically like chili powder with some extra stuff. It's usually used for a type of fried chicken, but it still has some spice, so I like it. So I'm gonna say this is about 2 tablespoons. So I'll put all the measurements in the description of the video. So go check it out once you're done with the actual me explaining or trying to explain video. I mean in the video itself. Hey guys, it's after recording 1 here. I think I added a bit too much of one ingredient, so I'll make sure to tweak the ingredients as needed. Oh man, why did I add so much or something? Next thing to do is to add a bit of sesame oil. You don't want too much, this is just for the aroma, so you might as well add it. Okay, so then final step, I guess almost final step, is to add a bit of soy sauce. You don't want to overdo it because soy sauce is quite salty, but it's just for the flavor. So I'm gonna say about one or 1.5 tablespoons. That might be a bit much. Again, my measurements are just estimates, alright? Because I do not like measuring stuff whatsoever. Whatever I take is what I take and put in. Right, so now that you're done with now that you're done with all of these, take your boiling water, be careful as well, and just pour it in. I probably should have shifted this to the dining table, but that's okay. So pour it in until the boiling water is above the noodle. Then afterwards you close the lid. And if it doesn't close properly, don't worry, I have a simple hack which you guys might already know. But so all you need to do is take a small plate like this and then just cover it. So let me just shift this really quickly, let me do a transition. It's very good transition, I know. So once you got your thing to where it needs to be, so then next thing to do is to cover this up with a plate. You guys didn't see this, but it's probably uncovered for like a couple minutes, so it probably already lost a lot of heat, so it's heat. So next thing to do is let it sit there for however long you like. I prefer to wait for 10 minutes to make absolutely sure it's cooked, but you guys can wait, as the packaging says 4 minutes, or you can do 5 minutes if you're rounding it off. So these are all the things that need to put after you cook it. So I'll once again be back in like I guess 10 minutes. Right, so we're back 10 minutes later. So the noodles should be cooked. So this thing has a special feature called the turbo drain system. Basically, it's a system that helps drain all the excess soup, as you can see here. If you like the soup, then you can, this is that's it, I guess. Then you can follow the steps later. But since I don't like soup, I prefer to take it out. So let me just specifically tear this. Right, so just put this in one side, don't care. So this is the turbo, this is the turbo drain system. So I'll be back after draining it. It's pretty simple actually. And I think you need this on as well for the turbo drain system, so do not forget that, please. It's probably going to be a nightmare for me to drain it, but here goes. Okay, the paddling wasn't that bad, so that's great. But I still prefer this on. I don't know, it just gives a better sense of security. For the final things, also you can remove this, by the way. Once you're done with the draining, you can remove this. I prefer to leave a little bit of soup though, if not be too dry the noodles, so just a little bit. So I guess we're just gonna use this fork today to be civilized. Also a fork, but we don't care about this. Just ignore what I said like 2 seconds ago. So the first thing to do is to mix whatever is already inside the pot, or plate, or cup, or just mix in there to make sure the flavors are evenly distributed, or outside too, and I try to make it evenly distributed. So once you're done, then you take your cheese packet. Okay, so then you open it and throw it there. Because since it's still pretty decently warm and hot, then you can just let it melt in its own heat, I guess. The thing I like to do is try burying the cheese. So, because the noodles on the inside are usually the hottest, like the one under everything. So you put the cheese under everything, that means technically it's getting the most heat to melt. So I guess now we wait for it to melt. As you can see, this takes the whole purpose of Cup Noodles away, which is like quick meal preparation. I basically said nope, screw that. But yeah, if you guys are on the rush, I recommend you at least try this dish once to see if it works. No, it should be okay at least. A bit spicy, but it should be okay. Okay, so since I lost patience, I decided to just mix it up nicely and evenly to make sure it's nice and distributed. The main purpose of the cheese is just to make it so it's less spicy. Right, so the next step is not to lick your fork immediately. But the next step is take your green onion and gently and nicely sprinkle it throughout the noodles, Try to make it as evenly spread out as possible. You know, you need to make it look like nice spring onions. You know, nicely and distributed. This is to give it the color. You know, color, not even just spice, just color. If you want to be fancy, you can use the sriracha, which is basically that, just garnish, you know. Right, go to make it look nice and fancy, and to top it off, finally, is some pepper. I guess it's just to, I don't know, maybe make it look nice, I guess. Just like a bit of pepper on top of things. So just evenly sprinkle it, and I don't know exactly the quantity, but I like a nice small sprinkle, you know, like where I can see it and feel it, but it's not like gonna make you sneeze 500,000 times, you know, that much. No, it's just a little bit. Right, there you go. I prefer to add a bit more pepper usually, but that's okay. Right, so now the moment you might have been waiting for, the taste test. I'm gonna use this. It's depressing to be honest, but right. So I prefer to mix this, even though I put so much. Okay, it's not so much effort, but some amount of effort to, you know, like make it look fancy. But if you mix it, it'll look nicer. Right. So once you think this is nice and evenly mixed, you got the full experience. I guess the cheese, the spice, the spring onions. You know. Anyway, enough talking. I guess it's time to taste. Let's do it, boys. Pretty good, man. Yeah, it's always pretty good, but it is spicy. Just take note of that, right? So if you cannot handle spice, reduce the spice or just don't try it altogether, man. Just do it like normal. And but the creaminess is so good. Like the creaminess of the cheese, the flavor of the soy sauce and sesame oil, which by the way is an absolutely amazing combo. Which I've updated my pasta recipe with, but you know, pasta recipe, just let it be, you know. Just let it be. But yeah, anyway guys, if you don't know, enjoy this video, do all the usual stuff, and this is my breakfast by the way. Yeah, I eat noodles for breakfast. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Try out this recipe, see how it is. And anyway, bye guys. Oh, this is delicious noodles. Let me eat one more bite before I just